Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Queuing Up podcast. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode simply because I just want to talk about a subject that doesn't really take an hour to really talk about. It's very simple. It's very quick, easy. It's just a quick explanation of things. But today's episode is going to be on a game genre that has had me in a chokehold for the last 4 years, maybe 5 years. But yes, it is roguelites and roguelikes. So, if you don't know the difference, a roguelite usually means that you're not completely losing all your progress and all your upgrades. You still die, but you get to keep your upgrades to make the next runs easier. Whereas I believe roguelikes are once you die, you die. You're gone. Like, you start over from the beginning. There is no saving at like stage 2, stage 3. You start over completely. And the reason why I want to talk about these genres is because I find them very, very fun. I've had a lot of interesting combinations of both happy, miserable, sad, like different emotions. They're always a roller coaster of emotions because it is literally RNG. It's the luck of the draw. And I think the reason I like them so much is because of that, is because you never have the exact same run unless you do what's called using a seed, where I do believe that seed is a like combination of numbers that you copy and paste into the game, and the game will give you the exact same run you just had. Which I don't understand that. I think it's like if you want to beat your time, maybe that's what you're going for, or if you want to try again to see if you could actually make it through to the boss or the final like person. But yeah, I'll be speaking about, I think it's 5 games that I've been playing in my free time just to like get out there, experience the games more, stuff like that. And the first one is a very, very fun game. It is an award-winning game. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. I have yet to meet somebody who hates this game. We're going to be talking about Hades. Hades, as you see here, Hades, depending on which way this is heard. Hades is a very fun game. It's a hack and slash game, which basically means it's almost like a bird's eye view down or kind of like over the shoulder. It's like a very weird angle to explain. But hack and slash is basically you're literally just clicking buttons and you're hacking and slashing a bunch of hordes of zombies, mummies, different things like that. Demons, like it's just a bunch of different things that you're killing. The reason I like Hades so much is because it is set in Greek mythology. You are Hades, the lord of the underworld. You are his son. And Zagreus, that's his name. Zagreus is essentially looking for his mother. And this doesn't ruin the game for you. This doesn't ruin the story for you because it's right off rip. They tell you this, like literally as soon as you start the game. He's looking for his mother, and he finds out that he has to go through each level of hell to get to his mother, who is on the surface world of Earth. And it's always a fun game. You get to meet a bunch of different characters. Like Hypnos, I hate him. He's a good character. He's a funny character, but he gets on my nerves because he kind of just like pokes and prods you. So every time you like die, he'll be like, "That's crazy. You died to that little thing. I would never." Like he really just gets in your mind. Then you get characters like Skelly, who is your punching bag, and he helps you test out new weapons and like new combos, and he even talks to you just to talk to you. You meet a lot of cool characters in there. Like, who else is it? I think it's not Achilles. It's I forget at the moment his name, but he's in there. Is it Odysseus? No, it's not Odysseus, is it? But you meet a lot of like you meet just about any like Greek what is it, like Greek mythological person you can think of besides a couple big ones. Like I don't think I've seen Medusa in the game. I've seen things that are like Medusa, but they're not like Medusa themselves. You do meet Skrilla, which is, I believe, that is the big tentacle monster that's in like the Sea of Monsters from Percy Jackson. But yeah, the game's very fun. You get different weapons like swords, bows and arrows, spears, shields, and a gun, which is very funny because that gun actually comes into play later on in the sequel of the game. But Hades is very fun. They have a lot of cool mechanics where you get to get what are called boons. Now, what these boons are blessings from other gods, such as Ares, Aphrodite, Zeus, Poseidon, Hermes, all this, that, the third. Now, every god is not introduced in this game, but there is a lot of them in this game. And I really enjoy it because my favorite thing in the game to get is anything from Ares, because his thing that he gives them, I believe, is called Affliction. And basically what Affliction is whenever you deal like damage to your enemy, whether it's magical or physical, this little sword that's pointing down at the enemy will pop up. And after like 2 to 3 seconds, it'll just do a certain amount of damage. So like say 2 seconds pass by, you'll see the sword glow, lift up, and then drop on their head. And it'll do like base 30 health, 60 health if you upgrade it here and there. But the thing that's cool about him is he has the ability to stack those swords. So, for example, if I'm using the sword and I hit the character once, one sword will pop up. Hit him again, two swords pop up. And I don't know if it's because like the way that they pop up is not like they are stacked in like a crown or like an arc or arching like design. They're stacked one after the other, so it looks like one sword, but they'll activate one after the other, almost like dominoes behind them. Pretty cool. It's really busted with a pair of gauntlets that you can get, which I forget what they're called, but they're like these gauntlets. They're gauntlets. You punch with them. So if you have the Ares boon and you have the ability to add affliction to people, the hands are probably the fastest like thing in the game because you're punching. So he has a combo where you hit 6 times. Within those 6 times, that's 6 activations of affliction. It's insane. It's a cool thing. Cool abilities. Another good one is the shield. If you get like Zeus, you can throw the shield like Captain America. And when you throw the shield, if you have Zeus's ability with chain lightning, every single time it bounces or every time it hits an enemy, it'll create a thing of lightning that chains to another character. So if you have like 6 enemies and you hit all 6 of them, that's 6 different chains of lightning connecting to all of them, doing an incredible amount of damage. Game is super dope, super fun. If you like hack and slash games, I strongly suggest this one. The games are good. Everything about them is good. Don't mind my alarm going off. That scared me. But yes, very fun game. I very much enjoyed it. I highly recommend it if you're into kind of like the luck of the draw game and hack and slash, because it's very, you can just turn your brain off. And plus, there's so many interactions. I mean, so many. Like I easily probably have over 100 hours in this game, and there's still interactions that I'm getting that I've never heard. And then also there's different just voice lines in general. So instead of just interactions, just voice lines you hear from the characters. There's also like secret little, not endings, but like secret interactions that you got to work towards that are really cool. I enjoy them. Characters are really dope. I like how they interact with each other. I like how if you're using certain weapons and you interact with them, they'll talk to you differently or treat you differently. It's such a cool game. Easily a 10 out of 10 for me. But yes, if you like hack and slash games, if you like Luck of the Draw, and you like Greek mythology, I strongly suggest Hades. Now, moving on to the second game we're going to talk about here. Game that I have been putting more hours into instead of Hades because I want to get used to it is everyone's favorite game that everyone was super hyped about, and I feel like a lot of people play. They just don't record it. I understand why, because it's a nice, cozy game. Hades 2. Now, you might be thinking, oh, this leaves off with Zagreus. No, it doesn't. This leads off with Hades' daughter, Melinoe. She is very much younger than Zagreus, and so they're like hundreds of years old, if not thousands of years old, the gods. And their kids obviously are older than what they look. And so in this game, we find out Melinoe was a baby when Zagreus was what looked like to be in his mid-20s, but it's probably like he's like 300, 400 years old. Long story short, her grandfather, Hades' father, if you don't know, is Kronos, the Titan of Time, came back and stole the underworld from Hades and is basically causing a war on 2 fronts, one on Earth and one in the underworld. And the cool thing about this game is during every run, you get to pick if you want to go up to Earth or if you want to go down in the underworld to see which one you want to defend. And I do believe both end up in the same place. If I'm not mistaken, you end up fighting the same boss. Because for some of you don't know, there is an end to the games. But even when you like quote unquote beat the games, you still have to keep playing because there's more story to it. So I do know in the underworld when you get to the final, like the finale, it is one of the coolest bosses I have ever seen ever in a game, and I very much enjoy it. So, without ruining it for you guys, obviously you probably guessed who it is. It's, as I said, it's the big bad guy. But there's 2 different bosses I do believe. I don't think, because I don't know if I've ever beaten the Earth one, like on Earth. I think I always die at a certain point. But in the underworld, you do meet Kronos, and the thing that I like about him that's really cool is his whole gimmick is time, right? He's the father of time. Something that's cool about him is if you pause the game, he'll unpause it. You cannot pause the game while you're fighting him. Like it's, and I mean like you cannot. If you try pausing the game or suspending the game, he'll just keep going. Now, in some aspects, I do believe if you suspend the game completely, like not just go from one window to the other, like actually suspend the game, he will stop. But like if you pause the game, he makes quotes like, my favorite being, do you not know who you're fighting? And then the game will keep going. And I pause it again. And he goes, I'm the father of time. And you're wasting that right now. And he just goes again. I was like, this is so cool. He's a very cool character. Hades 2, the reason that it is very fun and very different and like a fresh breath of fresh air is because you're in a different place. You're not in the can't remember exactly where you are. I believe you're in like the forest. I can't remember the name of exactly where you are, but you do have a mentor that she was trusted by Nyx, who Nyx is like not necessarily like a maid to Hades, but she was just kind of there to like help with like Zagreus and other things of the underworld. She's a very powerful person because I think she is literally Night incarnate, is incarnation of Night itself. And she's very strong. And she gave what is her name? It's not Hecate, is it? Is it Hecate? It might be Hecate. Yeah, I think it's Hecate the witch. Raised Melinoe to give her powers and like help her with her powers, help her understand how to survive to battle, this, that, and the third. And in this one, you actually get to meet the aspects of, oh, what are they called? Because they're not gods, they're the aspects of things. Because there is one that is the aspect of revenge, the aspect of, I think, is one that I met. I might be wrong. I'll double check myself here while I'm talking. But the thing that I really like about the game is it is a breath of fresh air because it is still hack and slash. But you actually get to do more of the resource gathering in this game than you did in Hades. Because in Hades, you get like ashes, you get like nectar of the gods, which you can give to the gods or other characters throughout the game and build a relationship with them. And they give you like items such as things to use in a run that give you more money at the start of the game, give you more ways to defy death. So when you die, you just come back on the spot where you are, but you're at like low HP, do more damage, you dodge on automatically, stuff like that. And I feel like in Hades 2, you can do that a lot more because there's a lot more stuff to do. Like you can mine more, you can mine like ores such as gold, silver. You can get souls like in the last game, nectars in the last game. You can actually get different kinds of rocks, different kinds of muds, clays. You get different fishes, stuff like that. It's really cool. And then like the upgrade system, I think is really cool too. You have essentially like these little tarot cards that the way you get them is you have to unlock the other ones around it. So let's say there's one here, like dead in the middle. You have to get the ones that are around it to unlock it. So there are some that are like, because every card costs something, and it's imagine like mana or like energy. They cost energy to use. So some cards, the reason why they're cool is if you get the ones around them, the middle one will cost 0 for free. You can just get it, and there's really cool abilities for it. I think the one I currently have, or the ones I currently have, are health based, and then so anything that makes my health go up or gain more health from like items that like heal you, and then just straight damage. Like I just like doing damage. I can redo it and make it better, but that's not me. I'm not a meta player. I'm an off meta player, not because I'm like the cool guy, no, because I'm stupid. So Hades 2 is very fun. There's still some characters in there that are from the last game, but because of the war and because of things that have happened in the previous game, they are different. Example of this would be Hypnos. Hypnos is the wisecracking, sarcastic smartass, but in this one, he's sleeping. The reason for that is we don't know, or at least I don't know. The story doesn't tell you until you get further on in the story. You have to find out why he's sleeping, what's going on with him, and then you have to try to wake him up so he can tell you what's going on. Very cool. You also get to basically, not basically, you get to like have like a little bit of a farming simulator where you actually get to like plant different plants with seeds that you find throughout each level or like some levels. And what that does is it gives you things to upgrade yourself, upgrade your camp, upgrade your weapons. It's very cool. Hades 2 has a lot more resource-based things that I really enjoy because, like, for example, when it comes to like Minecraft, a game that like everyone knows, I don't play it to beat it. I play it to just live a life in Minecraft. It's very fun. I very much enjoy it. 1 second. I gotta look up what they're called real quick, just so because I'm pretty sure they're like incarnates. What they are. What are you? Yes, they are incarnates. So you meet like Doom incarnate. You meet Nemesis, which I believe she is. Retribution incarnate. So you meet like these things that are like the manifestations of certain work. And they're really cool characters. I actually think they're really interesting because some of them aren't necessarily evil. They're just following how they were like born. So it's a cool aspect of kind of being like in the middle where it's like, are they actually an evil person or are they just doing what they were built to do? Like that's just who they are. They do what they're supposed to do, and that's just how the universe works. So you can't call them evil if that's what they were made to do. It's very cool. Meet a lot of different characters. It's not as like lighthearted as Hades 1, obviously, because there's like a war going on both fronts. It's a lot darker with some of the interactions. But at the same time, when you get the chance to actually like kind of calm down the characters, have them take off the armor and just talk with you, it's really cool and it's really interesting interactions that I feel like really hit close to home because I feel like everybody meets somebody that just needs a break from time to time, right? But Hades 2, really cool. Fighting is very similar, but you actually get like essentially two weapons. You have a magical aspect and you have a physical aspect, whereas in Hades, you have magic, but it's only something you throw. Like you just throw this little orb, and that orb changes depending on what boon you have, whether it's an electrical ball, a water ball, ball of death, ball of like speed, and physical attacks. Whereas in this one, you have both. You can physically attack and have different magical abilities with like staff, stuff like that. It's very cool. I very much enjoy it. Battling system is really cool. There's a lot more options for magic, which I like because it plays into Hecate, who is a witch who uses magic. But besides all that, Hades 2, another solid game. Like I said, all these are probably going to be up past like 7s. This is another 10 out of 10 because it does what Hades does, but like more. I can't say better because I haven't put as much time into it as Hades. I have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to keep going with it. But yeah, another 10 out of 10. Hades 2, hack and slash, Greek mythology, super fun, super cool. I cannot suggest this game more enough to you. Now, keep in mind, all these games, the whole point of them is to die. The whole point of these games is to die. You don't want to go win and then be like, yep, that's it. Nope, you are going to die. I don't know how to break it to you. You are going to die multiple times, a lot of times. It's insane. But whenever you get to that final boss and you beat them for the first time, that is one of the most like, yes, I did it. Like you just hit the lottery. Everything's great. Everything's grand. Everything is amazing. That feeling is so much fun. It's so good. Now, this next one is a little different than the previous two and the ones altogether. Now, for some of you who don't know, I'm a big TCG guy. If you don't know what TCG is, that's trading card game. What that means is I like Magic the Gathering. I like, I've tried Lorcana. It's very fun. I got to get more into Lorcana. I just got to go to locals, play local Lorcana. I like Riftbound, which is the League of Legends card game. I'm looking to play Power World when it comes out. I love One Piece card game. That game is fun. I've tried Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! It's very technical. Don't play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! But I think I'd play casual Yu-Gi-Oh! More than anything. But without further ado, if you haven't caught on, this one is going to be a deck building called Slay the Spire. Now, what Slay the Spire is essentially a game where you pick one of 4 characters, each having their own attributes and different powers, different like health, different what is it? I think it's like gold, unless you all start out with the same gold. I think you do. But very cool. You get a character that's already predetermined for you with different abilities, different cards, different things. And the reason that's so interesting to me is because when it comes to deck building, I want to build a deck that's very consistent. So I oftentimes pick cards like, let's say, for example, there's a character, I forget her name. I call her the Huntress. I don't think that's her name. But she has this ability to inflict a character with poison. Now, for each poison that is inflicted, that is one thing of damage that they take. Now, the thing about her is she has cards that you use. Now, much like Magic the Gathering or any other game that uses resources or cards or like any abilities, they have resources that you need. In this case, it's usually energy, mana, whatever you want to call it. So she has an ability that, let's say this card is 3 mana. I play it, and that's my whole turn, but I inflicted 10 poison, which means on the start of that opponent's turn, they're going to take 10 poison damage. Now, I like that, and I like that aspect of adding poison. However, this game does have other cards where you can inflict things such as weak, vulnerable, stuff like that, where it's like they either do less damage, take more damage, you can burn them, you can electrocute them. What is another one that's really cool? You can double your damage next turn. You can get more mana. You can draw more cards. And that's the whole thing that you got to try to do is I had the really bad habit of trying to build these decks as like consistent as possible. But at the same time, there's going to be things that you pick up throughout the game, like relics that make it more randomized or give you stuff that you can play with more. So instead of just doing straight poison, I did... there we go. Instead of doing just straight poison, I did... I believe it was vulnerable is what it was, unless it was weak. I think I was weakening them by like making them do less damage. The only issue was I wasn't doing a lot of damage physically, so I had to wait for their turn to do stuff. Well, on their turn, they might heal themselves. They might do things. So after they take the damage, they like heal. They give themselves more shield. They give themselves more power, so they're gonna hit me harder. So the game's very cool and kind of like it can force you out of your comfort zone depending on what you get, because at the beginning of the game you can get a card, transformer card, upgrade a card. You can lose health to gain relics. You can take a bunch of cards out to get a curse, which means that curse is forever in your deck and it cannot be played at all. It's just there or does different things. It's very cool. I very much enjoy Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2 came out earlier this year in early access, and apparently people have been loving it. Apparently it's better than the first. I've beaten Slay the Spire once on normal difficulty, and I have yet to beat it again with any of the other 3 characters. I beat it with the first one. I think his name is the Ironclad. He just has a lot of health, dude. Like, his whole kit is like, I believe he does vulnerable is what his big thing is. Vulnerable. I don't think they have a bleed. I haven't played him in a while, so I can't remember his abilities. I just remember he has a lot of starting health. Like, I think he has the most. He has like 88 health starting, where the other ones are like 70, 60, and 50, I think is the lowest. But yeah, he has a lot of health, and he does a lot of physical like damage. So he'll be like hitting twice in a row, once in a row. He deals X amount of damage depending on how much afflictions your characters have or like ailments they have. But yes, Slay the Spire is very fun. This is another like another 10 out of 10 because I have put so much time into this game. It's so like just mind shut off. Like I just play this game. I could just go like this, close my eyes, turn my brain off to the world, take a deep breath, open, and I'm now trying to slay the spire. That's it. And I do like the way that you like traverse the map as well. So instead of like Hades and Hades 2, where it's like cutscenes from one place to another, it's cutscenes, but you see a map and you actually get to choose what path you go to, and you can actually see where the path leads. And that's the cool part about Slay the Spire is you already have predetermined routes, but you can go through the route and do different things and try to like get to a place. So like, for example, there was a time where I had a run where I only had like 20 health out of 80 with Ironclad. So I was like, okay, if I go to these random question marks, there's a possibility they're all fights, but at the same time, there's a possibility they're interactions that give me things or they're shops. I got lucky and it was a shop and 2 interactions that gave me health and upgraded one of my cards. So when I got to the rest spot where you either rest and get health or you smith your cards and make them stronger, I did a smithing. So I was like, I just got lucky and stuff like that. But yeah, Slay the Spire is very fun. I very much enjoy it. The deck building aspect will always be one of the best parts about this game. And I'm super excited to try out the second game, Slay the Spire 2, which I might do today. Who knows? I might play it in my free time. But yes, very fun game. Very much enjoy it. Another 10 out of 10. If you like deck building games, if you like playing cards using mana or like not attributes, but resources to play that, I highly suggest this game. The 4 characters are very fun. I would strongly suggest reading what the characters do because it really does help you. And I'm just stubborn and like to play the game and figure it out on my own. And I should stop doing that. But yes, Slay the Spire, very fun game. Very much enjoy it. Everything about it is very fun. 10 out of 10 game. So moving on to the next game. It's another hack and slash, but it's different than Hades because the upgrades are different and I very much enjoy them. But it is a game that me and my friends have beaten multiple times, and it was in early access and they've been adding things. I present to you a game called Windblown. Now, Windblown is a game that is, how do I explain? You're like these animals that are like humanoids, so like axolotls. I believe there's not a monkey. What is it? I think it's a lizard, a bird, and like it's early access when I played, so there's more characters that have been released into the game. But essentially, what this game is you're trying to save your world and like your rift from the evil clutches of like, you know, evil or the clutches of evil. So essentially what's going on is you're in this world and you get different weapons like swords, you get shields, spears. I don't think there's guns. I might be wrong because they've added a lot of stuff, but you get these cool things. And the cool thing about Windblown is their big thing is you have what's called combo attacks. And what I mean by that is every sword, gun, shield, gauntlet has like an attack speed or like in a certain amount of times you can attack. For example, a sword can go 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. It has like a certain sequence, right? Well, if you hit someone enough, or if you just do it enough times, you have this ability to chain into it, which I think it's called an alter attack. Which what it does is it'll let you switch into your other weapon, and if you keep hitting a character or keep hitting with the secondary weapon, you can go into a third alter attack, which is a big attack. It's super cool. It's a lot of chain attacks. It's a lot of different weapons that have different attributes along with them, like bleeding damage, burning damage, acidic damage. goo, which keeps them slow and stuck in one place. Ultimate attacks, stuff like that. It's so cool. Windblown is such a fun game. Different aspects, and there's like funny aspects of weapons. Like there's something called Big. So what that does is like my buddy Rob, he got a sword. He's also another co-host. He got a sword that had plus 400% Big. So instead of the sword being a normal like sword, it was taking up the entire screen whenever he pulled the sword out. It covers the entire map. It's super goofy. It's super funny. It's just like different aspects of weapons are very fun. But yeah, the music in this game is very cool. The characters, they kind of, in my opinion, they kind of lack interaction a lot. There's a lot of lore, but they don't give you lore in like a fun way. They just kind of explain it to you like an encyclopedia. Whereas in like Hades, you get it through jokes, people telling you stories, people just giving you downright facts. Like there's different ways they give you information. Whereas in this one, they just give it to you straight up. Like kind of lackluster with interactions, but the game is really fun. And I overall give this like an 8 out of 10 because the interactions are very dull. There's no voice acting, which is okay. But it's like the way they give you information is just very straightforward. There's not really much, I don't know, like life to interacting or talking to people. Now, given, once again, I have to explain, I played this in early access and is it fully released now? I don't know because I do play it from time to time. It's been a while since I played it last time. But they have added a lot of new weapons, a lot of new things. I'm pretty sure they added new characters. They added more to the story. So who knows? Maybe they added a lot more stuff that'll raise it from an 8 to 10, from an 8 to 10 out of like maybe a 9 to 10 or a 10 out of 10. But yes, Windblown is very fun if you like playing as cute little animals that do a lot of damage and do crazy things. Windblown is your game. But moving on to last game that we'll be talking about that I have very little time in, but has a really cool aspect about it, and I want to play more of it. If you like space, if you like cowboys, you like cybernetics, Far Far West is your game. Now, Far Far West is a game where you are a cowboy, not just any cowboy, a robot cowboy, who basically you get guns, whether it's pistols, shotguns, crossbows, you get different weapons, you get different bullet types, you get different elements on those bullets. Now, the difference with Far Far West compared to these other games is Hades, Hades 2, Slay the Spire, Windblown are very upfront. They're like, hey, you have this one primary objective, that is it. Far Far West is like, you have these multiple objectives. So like start a train, fight a mini boss, collect some loot, rob a bank, gain these resources, do this, do that, do this, do that. Like a lot of these are optional, but you can go, I believe you can go straight to the boss off rip. You can just do like 1 or 2 tasks and go straight to the boss. The only issue with that is you're very low level. You do not have a lot of upgrades. And in this game, you have to beat mini bosses. You have to beat like a bunch of different spawns, stuff like that to get more characters, more gold, more weapons, more upgrades, more fun, better prices, better people, Papa John's. Anyways, this game is very fun. As of right now, it still is in early access. It might be fully released now because I play a lot of these games early access, and that's the beauty of Steam and having a PC and or Steam Deck is you have to play a lot of games before they're fully released. But yes, Far Far West is a game that is very fun. It's very, very interactive. And what I mean by that is not just interactions. It's very interactive with like everything on the map. Like you get past something that just looks like a bush. You're like, wait a minute. And then you hit E on it and you're like, oh, there was gold in here. A bunch of resource in here. Very fun game so far. And like I said, I can't really talk much about it because I haven't played a lot of it. I've maybe played at max 4 runs of it. It is lengthier than the other games. Like Hades, I think I could do maybe 3 runs in an hour. Hades 2, maybe 3 runs in an hour. Slay the Spire. Oh, easy. Those are like 10-minute games because at that point, I'm so quick at making my decisions. I can play a whole run in like 10 minutes. Windblown is longer. Windblown is anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, depending on the weapons, depending how like fast you are, what upgrades you get, this, that, and the third. Far Far West is closer to Windblown because it takes a long time. Far Far West takes a long, long time to do. But it's a fun game. I enjoy it right now where it is and how much I've played. I'd have to honestly give it like a 7 out of 10 because I just haven't played a lot of it. But with what I have played with it, it's very fun. I enjoy it. But like Windblown keeps my attention more because of how fast paced it is. Whereas Far Far West is fast paced, but not as fast paced as Windblown. So maybe once I get used to Far Far West pacing, I'll like up the score a little bit. But yes, these are all the games that have been playing. Now, I've played a lot of other roguelikes and roguelites that I still play, but these are the big ones that I'd wanted to talk to people about because they are very fun. An honorable mentions Mega Bonk. Mega Bonk's very fun. You just play predetermined characters with predetermined abilities. And you just walk around looking for portals. That's essentially it. You walk around a map, getting upgrades, killing things, gathering coins, opening chests, and then you find a portal, go to the next level, this, that, and third, find a bosses, stuff like that. But yes, that's pretty much it. That's all I really had to talk to you guys about when it comes to this stuff is that's it. Really, I can't explain it more. Can't do more. That's all the games I've been playing lately that are roguelikes, roguelikes, and roguelites. All that being said, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, you can hear this first Tuesdays on Spotify podcasts or just Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Podcasts, anywhere you find your podcast every Tuesday at 3 p.m. And I do believe on my YouTube channel, The Real Rocha, that's capital THE, capital REAL, capital ROCHA, The Real Rocha on YouTube every Friday at 3 p.m. Now, without further ado, thank you so much for watching and or listening, and I'll catch you guys in the lobby the next time you decide to queue up.